Here with head coach Brad Laird. The Demons heading to Southern Miss after a loss against Grambling on Saturday in Shreveport. And, Coach, it's been a couple of days, kind of like you've had a couple of days to look at the tape. I know in the moment was not the best performance. I know you've looked back and seen some things you can build on perhaps in that second half.
Yeah, but I think first we gotta look at, what contributed to get us in that situation. You look back, we started fast. Had things going our way, an opportunity to go up 2 scores and, make a mistake. But there's mistakes are going to happen in a football game. But for whatever reason, that particular mistake kind of turned the whole tide. And, early on, offensively, of course, scoring the first drive, going 80 yards. The second drive, 4 plays, 51 yards. Defensively, first 2 drives, I think they had 16 yards. And then, heck, the rest of the first half, they had 26 plays, 402 yards. We had 5 possessions, 4 punts, and a turnover. We were, able to go back and look at the things that we've got to do better. And be more consistent with as a team, and look in the mirror and kind of we got a decision to make moving forward, and so we're going to look at it, learn from it, and move on.
When you do look at the second half, it certainly looked like at least defensively they got back to fundamentals. I mean, the missed tackles seemed to disappear in the second half, and maybe a springboard there just to remember to get back to fundamentals when things start to go crazy.
Yeah, and I think to kind of go along with that, emotionally, we got so high when things were going good early, and we got so low when things go bad. We just got to the point where we played one play at a time. I think you saw that in the second half. We come out, offensively, take it down there and score. Defensively, we get stops. Not a lot of things different than what we did, the first couple of drives offensively and defensively. It's more we just kind of settled down and did our job. And I think you saw when we do that, we have the ability to be a good football team.
This roster has obviously a lot of Texas guys, a lot of Louisiana guys. Mississippi is the third most represented state on this roster, especially with a heavy number of those guys from the junior college ranks. What is it about Mississippi junior college football that seems to produce a high level or a high number of Division I players?
We've had a lot of success with junior college young men from Mississippi. You've seen them on our roster and have contributed in a great way. There's good coaches that prepare them to be able to play at a 4-year institution. They do a great job as far as the coaching, putting them in position to take care of their business both on and off the field. And I think the caliber of player and the caliber of person that you get is a hard-nosed player that's going to take care of his business, and that's what we've seen with the success that we've had with the junior colleges in Mississippi.
Well, you'll head over there to play Southern Miss this week, and they've had, they're 0-2 too, and they've had a couple of tough setbacks, the 4 overtime loss to Liberty, but always a challenge, certainly stepping up to play an FBS team, even one that is trying to find its footing as well.
Yeah, records, I think, can be deceiving, as I do believe ours is. But, they played a 4 overtime game that you talked about against Liberty at home. And then, playing the University of Miami, they're up 7-3 in the second quarter. Made a change at quarterback last week with number 12 coming in and playing the majority of that game, and it looks like that's kind of what they want to do from an offensive standpoint. But the what you see on film does not look like an 0-2 football team. So it'll be, I think, more so again on us to get prepared, to be consistent doing our job.
Again, kind of back to the roster with so many Mississippi guys. You touched on it for Grambling. You got so high. When things were going well, then it kind of stopped. It kind of went the other way. How do you kind of make sure that you keep these guys on an even keel, or explain to them the importance of staying level-headed no matter what's going on?
We've talked about it last week after the Montana game, because you kind of saw that a little bit during that game as well. And then we saw it again last week. So we as a staff and us as players got to figure out a way to play one play at a time. We want to celebrate and when things go well, but understand that it's a 60-minute game, 4-quarter game that there's going to be a lot of big plays and big moments in that game throughout the 4 quarters, and we've got to understand that we do have to be even keeled because there's going to be adverse situations on Saturday, and we've got to put ourselves in position to be able to overcome those.
Not only this will wrap up 3 straight games away from home. I know you're looking forward personally to September 24th to getting home, but also maybe a little bit of a boost knowing that this early season road trip is winding down.
Yeah, and it is, and it's been 3 different road trips. One where we've flown, left 2 days before the game. Last week it's an hour bus ride. We left the day of the game. Now this one being different, we'll leave the day before the game. So all 3 road games, but all have been different. But the 70 guys that you put on a bus. One thing that I thought, and I've always talked about on away games, it just gives you that opportunity to be together on the bus, be together at the hotel, and continue because this is a long season, and so it allows us to continue to work on the team chemistry by the things that we'll have the ability to do on road trips.
And that seemed to be, talking to a couple of players, come together seemed to be the message after that. Bring everybody back together and kind of hit the reset button.
Well, in times like this, when things are tough, you want to count on each other. You want to love each other, be there for each other because it's tough on everybody. And we felt that coming off the field Saturday night. And I think at the end of the day, what you're going to see is through these moments here, it's brought this team closer together.
Coach, thank you for your time.